it's kind of nice that you have all these distractions. Like you got everything with Huntsville going on. He's winning all these races. Meadowlands Pace. He's favorite in the Adios. Over Fear the Dragon. He finished second in the North America Cup. So that's a nice distraction.
Oh, it's great to have those too.
Nice distraction. And then also too, you've had the distraction of Long Tom and Enterprise and some of the other ones that you've been driving along this path. So let's just say, take away all your drives and you just had Wallner. I mean, how nuts would you be going?
Well, I can't think about it that way, but you're right. But like I was telling Marcus Melander there about Long Tom, if I didn't have Wallner, I'd be very, very excited about Long Tom. He's a very nice colt, and he's improved so much from 2 to 3. Like Wallner was a great 2-year-old, and Long Tom, you didn't even know about him. He did win a race there at Lexington, but he has matured so much. And Marcus has done a good job with him. You know, he's a contender for the Hambletonian this year. You know, he's definitely a contender. If I didn't have Wallner, I'd be very excited about him.
All right, can I? I'll say it for you. All right, then tell me if I'm accurate. You are driving Long Tom until you physically cannot drive Long Tom.
Yes.
Okay? Until you are ripped out of the bike to go to Wallner, you are driving Long Tom.
Absolutely, yes.
And then you are going to continue to drive Long Tom for as long as Marcus
wants
you.
I'm going to eat the cake and eat it, or have the cake and eat it
yes,
too,
exactly.
Right? Is that what they say?
Right. It's amazing to me that people like you're one of the best. So why would any trainer who has the chance to use you and you have a good relationship with Marcus, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's using you. You're doing successful with Long Tom. Why would he switch just on the maybe chance that you won't be able to drive him for one race?
He's been very good about that, and I've told him all along. I said if they get in together, I'm going to go with Wallner.
Sure.
He knows that, but. Successfully, me and Long Tom, we've gotten better together with that horse from 2 to 3 has really grown up. So, I think they believe in me and what we've done with Long Tom and Marcus and me. It's worked. It's made him a contender for the Hambo.
Sure, and that's okay. Like you got to feel a little proud that you've brought this horse. Like I feel like you as a driver, you got to team up with your trainer and the owners and guide these horses along. And you've helped so many horses guide along to the top. So you got to feel a little bit of pride.
That's what makes my job, going to qualifiers and, working all day long with these horses. It means something to me. I enjoy seeing a horse progress to get better. I enjoy that.
So we have the elimination.
I just hope he don't beat me if I do pick off.
Okay, right. There you go. And you can say that. That's fine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now an interesting thing, you have to deal with it almost every race. You've probably driven, a lot of the horses out there. You drive against them. You know what they can and can't do.
Right.
So with a horse like Long Tom, let's just say everything kind of, you drive Long Tom in one elimination, Wallner's in the other. They both make the final. You got to take Wallner. So now Long Tom, and just like you've known other horses in the past, do you feel like, do you try to think too much about what Long Tom can and can't do, or is that something you more?
No, you're right. No, absolutely. As a driver, you have to think about how you can beat that horse or what you can do to make him get beat. Because you don't want him to get beat. And I'm going to try to put him in a spot where he can't beat Wallner.
Right. For one race.
For one race. Hopefully I get him back afterwards. But
what you do is you make the guy.
That's why they hire us. The Bryans and the Georges and the David Millers. That's what we do. It's a chess match, and you have to do the things that put your horse in the best position and put the other ones in a bad position.
This guy's good because I did one transition there. You just did another seamless transition. Because I want to talk about the kind of rivalry between Long Tom and What the Hill, and because they've been going at it all year long.
Right. And he hasn't beat him yet.
Right. So, that's what I want to say is because those two have been, the races that they've been in have been actual chess matches.
Yes.
Do you remember the Jersey Sire Stakes final?
Yep, I cut it. He followed me, and he couldn't get to me.
Right.
And then the other day...
Hold on.
Okay,
You gotta
lead up to it.
You gotta lead up. So just to give... You had the rail. What the Hill had the 2-hole. Okay? Now, Long Tom was just kind of developing into a good horse. What the Hill was the Peter Houghton champion. And good 2-year-old. He kind of tailed off, I think, at the end of the year last year.
I drove him in the second leg of the Sire Stake, What the Hill, and I picked off of him.
Okay.
So I went a different way.
So another little fun fact there. So going into that race, did you want the lead with Long Tom? Did you want, like, how do you, that first, I feel like that first 100 yards coming out of the gate was the most important.
It did. In that race, I decided whether I didn't mind him following me, but I didn't want him to let somebody else go and then he remove and I'm setting third.
Okay.
So I kind of had to take control there, and there was a couple that was trying to leave, and I just went ahead and put my authority down and said, "You're not getting in front of me."
Okay.
Either Dave had to put him in, and then he could retake. I would follow Dave.
Okay.
But the way it worked out, I cut the race, and my horse won a great race. Top of the lane, I sprinted off and went fair fractions.
Sure.
It was fair. And nobody could get to Long Tom. He raced a really good race that day.
And then flip it, because we had this other division of the Stanley Dancer where it was almost the exact same race except flip. So now
in this race, What the Hill was on the outside of me, and I'd had my horse on the front 4 or 5 times in a row there, and I said, I'm just going to follow him, and I'll try to beat him either way. And I know What the Hill always kind of runs out late, and I knew I'd get a seam late up the inside, so I just followed him. I didn't really care about the fractions. It was cheap fractions, 28, 57 or something, and my horse just shot up the inside on What the Hill, so I was happy with his effort.
What do you think that Dave was thinking at that point? Like, both races, do you think that he was he had to...
I think Dave wanted me to remove, but I didn't.
Okay.
Because I knew his horse always runs out in the straightaways, and when I got right on his back, I'm sure he didn't like that position.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure he wanted me to remove, and he could stretch me out a little bit. But I just set in, and my horse is very versatile that way. He's learned that over the year, and he raced great.
So you felt like both races you had the number one choice of how the races were going to go in both spots.
Actually, yeah, because I was at the rail the first time,
Right.
and then the next time I had the 3 and he had the 4.
And Dave was waiting for you to remove.
I could do whatever I wanted to do. Either I could leave out of there and push him hard, or I could, make him get in behind me. Either one, I was in kind of control both times.
How does it feel when you're in Dave's spot, when you know that
I don't like it as much.
You don't like it as much?
No.
So,
I like being in charge.
Is there something that you can do to try to kind of, when you're in second in charge in a race, and you kind of know when you're in second in charge, right? You know entering a race?
Yeah.
Is there little things you could do to kind of force something?
Well, I mean, there's things you can do, play some bluffs. And
What would you have done if you were Dave driving What the Hill in the second race?
Nothing you could have done different, really
Can
not
he grab
at
up
all.
more?
He went 28-57, so I don't know much you could do.
Okay.
Could he have sprinted more the third quarter? Maybe, but I think the outcome would have been the same.
Okay.
Dave, he gave his horse every shot to win. I had the better horse.
Okay. So it's like week to week, horse by horse on.
Well, I mean, when you get in those age groups and stuff, the 3-year-olds, my horses beat him every time. Long Tom has. So I think What the Hill, I mean, he's a nice horse, but I think Long Tom's a little bit better more on his game than What the Hill is.
So What the Hill runs out in the stretch. We could check that out.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that. Is that something that
He runs into the turns, run out.
Okay. Is that something that you pick up because you watch the races, or you're talking with Dave, or you talking with Ronnie? How do you pick
No, I don't. I know. I've driven him for one. I
Okay.
know the horse, and I watch him on all the replays. Madeline's replay shows, and watch the races, and that's what our job is to do: is study and read the program, and know what the other horses can and can't do.
Do you have like a Sherlock Mind Palace where you have none of this written down, or do you have like an actual notebook?
No, I don't write it down. Just I can't remember my wife's birthday, but I can remember what these horses do and stuff. It's just.
But you
it's
remember
bad to say,
do you remember the anniversary?
No.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I just.
Why did I bring that up? Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks,
you
Brian.
brought it. Listen, you brought it up, not me.
Yeah.
But
it's true. It
transition.
You can ask me about some horse, what they wear equipment wise. I can almost tell you exactly what it is, and I have trouble with knowing my own birthday.
Okay.
So not just my wife's.
Right. Right. You need one of those posted. Right. Yeah.